Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you my 1986 Snapper. Now this may look like a factory block. This is the update. Actually I don't know if I posted it yet, the original video. So maybe I'll post this one and just call it the regular video or whatever, but I'll probably post the other one to show you the 3.5 engine that is really here. So, because this is a 1990 Briggs & Stratton. Sorry about my nails. This is a here you go, better. This is a 1990 Briggs & Stratton. I painted the gas tank white. I put the original aluminum gas cap on here for the looks, and now I just froze it on there. It moved. Man, I can't even film a video. There we go. Okay, so I'd like to talk about how bad this thing was, a gas burner. So I was using this, for quite a while, and it would use three tanks of gas to mow this entire, or at least half the yard I would always mow. And after cleaning up the gasket and wiping everything out and cleaning up the carb, it only uses 1.5, which is literally about average now. So, I don't know. That's a whole lot better. Let's just say that. But, so if the original Snapper engine, can I not? Dang, I can't do anything with the freaking gas cap. What in the world? Can I have any good luck today? Wait, I just messed that up. 1 second. Come off. I barely moved you. I'm stuck. This is why I never use this gas cap. The thing is so worn out, the freaking threads are stuck. Okay. Let's forget about this. I will repair it later on. I'll get this unstuck. I'll probably get some pliers, unfortunately. I will not cause damage. I'll use some rubber or something around it. Anyway, I wanted this on, even if the original Snapper engine was running. I wanted this, because this is, of course, a primer bulb. My Snapper did not have that, because, well, that was just factory. It never had one. Anyway, I always had to spray starting fluid down the carb in order to get it to fire off, which even then, it was a horrible oil burner. So, the engine started getting a little knock to it, and ran like crap. Low throttle wasn't even a thing anymore after a little while, or after many years of use. Like, it was okay maybe, but even then it had a horrible misfire. And then if you try to go to high throttle, or not high, if you try to go low throttle, the thing would start sputtering and sound like crap, even then on high throttle. Now if you try to start that engine, that thing will just, it'll rev extremely high. If you try to lower the throttle at all, the thing will die. So the original engine's trash. So anyway, when I had gotten this one, I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. Okay, so the top on here is replaced, of course. So the MTD that the original engine came off of, if the previous video, I'm pretty sure I'm going to post it, this was called the update. It had the full start over here. So the Snapper one has back here, which again, this is the original thing that was on here. And my dad put this on here a long time ago, because he got this for free in like '97 or something. Anyway, this snapped off, the cord shot, because this thing was always real loose. I fixed this back in place permanently with JB Weld. Perfect. Then this thing here, I got a pull cord, literally only half a pull cord because the spring is so worn out in here. It starts up just fine though. So old worn out string which works fine from an 88 Murray, only half of it. So right here, the original oil fill, which unfortunately, considering this is a 3.5 engine, on an original 4-horse engine to the top. This thing here, the full line is literally to the actual F, not in the little original spot. So it's a good thing to remember. I'll probably write that down somewhere just to make sure. There's the original muffler down here. I repainted the head and took the screws from the old engine, except for that one, because there was like some special little screw there, I don't know. So I just used the original one and painted it. This, of course, is the original magneto to this engine, not the snappers, because it was kind of funky anyway. There's no need to swap out a working magneto. That's the spark plug from the snapper, just for the looks, for, you know, nostalgia. But I got this top off, the old one. So this is literally the dream snapper I've always wanted to see again, except for the fact that the engine's not original. But I mean, I did want to see a non-burning oil engine. This one does not burn any oil or anything. It runs perfect. I got rid of the misfire. This thing used to have a slight misfire. I think it was just the carbon buildup in here. So what I had done, I had cleaned all the filters in the carb. I cleaned off the filter in here, which again stopped the gas leak and everything else. Down here I cleaned out the tank. It was full of grass and crap, which just happens over time. Then here I cleaned out all the carbon on the head and cleaned up the gasket real nice. I cleaned off the piston, the valves, you know. I put the original System 2 cover over the original warning cover for the 3.5. Started here, I kept the original metal cables, put the original muffler and the muffler plate. The original bag is still here in pretty good shape. This has always been here since we've had it. Anyway, things I had done, yeah. This thing took me 2 whole days to fix. Not 2 whole days, but, well, 2 partial days, considering I was really busy. This thing in here is the original one to this, considering the original one to the snapper was full of dents. I don't know what happened, and it also has some cracks on it. So this one, the paint was not good on it anyway, so I repainted it. And then, of course, I took some of the original bolts from that old engine. Yeah, you can see it right back there. I think it's like polished chrome or something. Anyway, looks really good. I like it. And then the air cleaner, the original one on the snapper, is literally a barrel shape. I think most of them are like this, which I wanted this type on here anyway. So I have the primer bulb I wanted, I have this I wanted, I have good rings, which I wanted, the original aluminum gas cap, which is stuck now. I'll get it off later. Also, I fixed the deck height. So the original bladed, somehow the shafts are the exact size. I don't know how, but I never knew that. And so recently I found out, like, what? I didn't even know that. You could take off the blade adapters. Apparently that's what they're called. I thought they were welded on or something. No, so I somehow broke it free. I didn't have a puller. I didn't damage it. All I did was I literally took some pliers and kind of moved it around and wiggled it a bit. It came off. As well as the other one, I literally took a pipe wrench and just kind of hooked it on the top there. And the bottom, I hooked on the bolt, and I just slowly turned it and watched it slowly work its way off. I'm like, wow, nothing's damaged. Anyway, now I have the original factory deck height, which I really wanted because it was so hard to push whenever I had the old adapter on here. This thing is like a perfect engine for this body here. Anyway, you have the original snapper blade under here, all nice and sharpened. So I also adjusted this. It stops to about there, unfortunately, but that's full throttle. This is stop, or at least low throttle. Got the nice bagger. I taped it off in here so it would not blow up inside my bag, since I just kind of want to mulch it. But this engine is perfect. So we'll go ahead and wheel it down and start it up. So here we are, low throttle. And there you go. Maybe it's slight misfire there, but once it warms up, it goes away. It doesn't even, I don't know how, I really don't know, but this doesn't even feel like the same engine, like this literally, that's not what I mean. It feels like a snapper engine. In my opinion, I don't know how, but it literally feels like I'm using the snapper with its factory motor back on it, which I love it. And this is definitely going to be a keeper. So this is the very first mower I ever got. So never going to sell this one. Never say never. So maybe eventually. It'll be a long time. I do have the original engine, keeping that as a parts motor. I'm definitely going to be parting it out. The block is never going to go away. I'll keep track of the parts. So if I put it on a dead motor, magneto or something, if I ever sell it, I'm definitely going to take it off and trade it out. There's no way I'm going to sell it. The 3.5 parts that I pulled off, like the original top cover for this engine, and the original bolts and all that good stuff, that doesn't really matter if that goes to another engine or not. And I have the 1970s Toro, and not yet. It's at the family farmhouse, so I'm going to have to ask about that. And definitely be making a restoration series. I don't even think that thing has a head on it, to be honest. I don't think there's a head on that engine. I don't know how much horsepower or anything, but it has an electric start on it. I don't know how. It literally has an electric starter. It's going, I don't know. Very smooth sounding engine. Anyway, so at my great grandparents, or that they would have been, the farmhouse, the family farm, I'm gonna ask, you know, the family, and if I can get a hold of them. I don't know if they're still there because, well, someone's been cleaning out a whole bunch of junk at the farm. And, I would have to say yes, they're still there, but you can't really, you know, have your hopes high. And the reason I really want to make this a good series is because this mower, or the Toro that's been out there, has not been, believe it or not, it was torn apart, and it's been sitting torn apart for 30 years. The head is completely gone. I don't know where everything went. The pull start for the top, but it also has an electric start, like a snapper. Some of them actually had that option. I don't have the, you know, I don't have any, why can't I remember the name of it? I don't have a, I always have the name in my head. Self-propelled. I don't have a self-propelled snapper or anything like that. This is one of the more basic. But also, I don't think it's one of the most basic because it's a 4-horse, or at least it was. So, it's a, you know, a better mower. Unfortunately, also, yeah, the exhaust does blow on here. So, yeah. It's a very clean, healthy engine. Besides that, this is how I'm going to keep it. So I just recently fixed it up. It took 5 days to fix it. Here it is. Got the original, excuse me, the original oil dipstick on here, which I already told you all about it. I fixed all this up. It was literally 6 days. And day 5, I spent literally, no joke, the entire day from literally the moment I got up to literally 8 o'clock at night. That was the day I did some repainting on some stuff here and there. I repainted the head, I repainted this bar here, throttle, and cleaned off all the carbon and crap in there. I also replaced the blade adapter that day, and that took all the entire day, which I could have just done it faster. It's just I really wasn't in no rush that day. I didn't have much going on, a little bit stuff, but it's just a quick video before I got to get back to doing some stuff, working on the car. But anyway, I really hope that the mowers are still there. There are 3 mowers at the farmhouse. The other side of the family, or at least our side, is not going to care. I'll let them know. I'll ask, can I have the old mower in the back? It's a 1950s electric mower in the back. It's all complete, and I'd love to pull that thing out and maybe eventually paint it up or something. The paint's not very good, but it's sitting in the back of the sump kitchen. Still solid as can be, besides the big dents in the front of it. I'll try to tear that apart, and I'll make that a series, considering that's a collectible. The old vintage green self-propelled mower, which, no joke, my aunt she bought one at the exact same time. So she got rid of it, unfortunately, because it broke. But the farmhouse still runs, or at least it did when parked 25 years ago. Actually, yeah, probably a bit more than that. Sitting for 30 years. The other one was sitting for about 25, but it was running. The other one was just blown apart about 30 years ago. 30, 35 at this point. I'll just say 30. It's probably a better estimate there. But it's always been blown apart, laying in there, from what my dad remembers anyway. So it'll be great if it's still there. I'd love to bring that thing home and show you guys. I'm not even going to do anything yet. I'll probably even make a small clip heading out to that farmhouse and pulling it out of the shed for the first time in many years. And then I'll put a head on it and you know, see if it starts. I'll make sure everything's all clean and get some fresh oil in there, put on a head, and you know, we'll try to get it to fire off. And if that thing starts, man, whew, if it runs good is what I mean, because it has points, and that's probably why it was abandoned, because they pulled all the stuff off. Like, this is gone from what I remember. The piston was in good shape. I don't really remember too much else besides the electric starter I saw, and the key in the ignition, which was on, or the keys were laying to the side. There was an ignition to start. There were 2 levers. One was start and choke, and the other one was literally a throttle. So it was very interesting. It was really nice, and I loved, like, on the side, it was really, really old, and you could see it was not a plastic guard or anything. It was literally a metal guard bolted on, an actual thick metal guard on it. Anyway, vintage Toro, which I tried looking them up. I cannot find any videos on them. So, restoring that thing, maybe, hopefully it's a 4-horse or something, you know, with the same bolt pattern. It's a Briggs & Stratton. So, we'll definitely be taking the old parts motor and seeing if parts fit back and forth. The top should just fine. Considering it came from this one, it's a 3.5. It should be reverse compatible, just like this one fit perfectly fine on here. So I'll be keeping this all together. I don't really care, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be, again, actually, yeah, I think it's going to be like this again. Anyway, I don't really care if it's kind of crooked or not. As long as I have a pull start on it, I'll paint it up red to match that engine. And yeah. Anyway, enough of me blabbering the whole time. This is the 86 snapper I've been showing you for the past, at this point, 20 minutes, talking about other junk and future projects. I'm really hoping I can receive those. Also, you may see some Facebook Marketplace saves, because Facebook Marketplace is free. I would definitely recommend that to you. If you like old mowers, just look on Facebook Marketplace. There are always people putting old mowers in there free, maybe in scrap piles or whatever, but they're always there. Every day, people are always posting new mowers. You got riders and push mowers. Of course, more push mowers than riders, but even then, I might try to get a rider one day. Mess around with it. Push mowers are more my thing, though. I love using push mowers. There's that vintage snapper. Anyway, I really hope to get that one day, and you know, update you with some vintage projects, some old projects, to to get all fixed up. An abandoned project for 30 years. It'd be pretty cool to see it actually all fixed up again. So with that, I guess that'll be this end of this video here. So I guess you stay tuned and see you guys next time.